Lakshmi Ma.
Happy Diwali! Diwali Mubarak! I could have chosen to say that in about a million other languages, but I chose to do the Gujarati route, as most of my circle of friends that are Indian come from Gujarat, and obviously I understand it's been celebrated everywhere. But what a better time to do my top 5 incense-based perfumes. Now, just from the get-go, I understand obviously that incense is used in many other countries, not just India, but it's Diwali, and just because of my deep love for the country and its culture and the people and the food especially, I thought I would choose this night to do my top 5 incense-based fragrances. So, Happy New Year to everyone that's celebrating it. It's a great time of year. There's so many fireworks going off around here, it's just unbelievable. I live in an area of London where there's a huge Asian community, so the sky is already lighting up, and it was from the minute I left work. So anyway, without further ado, let's do the countdown! Okay, number 1. A few of these perfumes, they vary. Some of them have incense in them, some of them don't have it at all, but they just give me that kind of feel. So the first one I'm going to choose is... ding! It's Sahara Noir by Tom Ford. I got this recently, and this incensey fragrance does actually have incense as a note, and this is more a very authentic resinous incense kind of fragrance. It's really, really strong, super strong, and it's got a lot of woods in it, and it's the kind of, people said I smell like a church when I wear this before, which obviously really conflicts with the fact that Diwali is an Indian thing, and this is, people said I smell like Christian church incense. Not to get into the whole religious thing, because that's not what I'm here for, but this type of incense in here is more a resinous based incense. It's a more churchy, it's a more it's a little bit smoky and very deep incense fragrance. Really love this. Super strong as well. I'm talking 10 hours plus. I've reviewed it recently as well, so go and check that out if you care to. That's number 5. Number 4 is Joop, Femme, a classic 80s powerhouse fragrance. While it doesn't have incense as a note at all, it really just evokes a feeling of incense when I smell it. It smells a lot more incensey than you would think if you smelled it on paper. It's a huge floral, it's got notes of jasmine, and it also has civet in it, so it's kind of an animalic, heavy 80s fragrance, but it really smells like incense to me. I feel like I'm in India when I wear this, and I've been to India twice, and we'll be going again soon actually. It's really good. Not for everyone, but I love the heavy stuff, and I tend to gravitate towards incense fragrances a lot. I've got quite a different bunch of variations of things that I like to wear, but incense is one of my kind of favourite notes and feels in a fragrance, so that's why I chose this. It's great, and you can get this really good price now as well. Anyway, on to number 3. Number 3, one of my more recent acquisitions. Again, this doesn't have incense in it, but it kind of feels like an incensey fragrance. It is Andy Towers' L'air du désert Marocain. I always feel like an idiot when I say that. This is actually themed and based around Morocco actually, and the desert air. Although it hasn't got incense in it, this feels to me like a sweetened but dry incense perfume. This is one of my most complimented or asked about fragrances. I've only worn this a few times, and guaranteed somebody will ask me what it is, what am I wearing. I had 3 people ask me this last Saturday when I wore this, what is it? Gets rave reviews. This has more of a spice to it. It has coriander and caraway in it. It doesn't have a smoky feel at all. It's a smooth, gorgeous, but incensey feel. I guess this is more from the Middle East kind of feel, but this is an absolute winner of a fragrance. Really beautiful, one of the more beautiful niche fragrances that I've smelled of late, and acquired, by the way. It's really beautiful. This is probably the most far from an incensey perfume you can get when comparing to the others that I'm doing, but this just gives me a feel of a faraway exotic place with incense burning somewhere. I've been burning incense since I was 15, so that's probably why I'm gravitating towards these kind of fragrances. Anyway, number 2. So this one is one that people probably wouldn't know so much. If you've watched my channel before, you might do. I review a lot of Black Phoenix perfumes. There's a company called Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab. And not only is it one of my favourite incense perfumes, it's one of my favourite perfumes ever. And by them, it's called Scherezade. Scherezade was... Hi, Bo. That's my bird, by the way. Always wanted to get in. Scherezade is an Indian storyteller. And this fragrance doesn't have incense in it, but it has a really very definite incense smell. This is the one that pretty much smells like if you walked into a cult bookstore. It's smoky, it's really authentic smelling, it's got red musk in it, it's got Arabian spices, and it's just... When I first smelled this, I fell in love, and that's why it's number 2. But there is one that beats this. Let's do it now. So, my number 1 incensey fragrance, and I just got this recently as well. It's the most expensive perfume I've ever purchased in my life, and that's not the reason why I love it the most, let me tell you that, because Scherezade number 2 only costs $15 or $17 I think for a bottle. Number 1 is Portrait of a Lady by Frederic Malle. Well, actually, Dominique Ropion is the perfumer behind the fragrance. This is pure magic. This is a rose incense combination. This opens with a kind of classic rose smell, but the minute it starts to transform, it turns into a dry, dark, very crumbly, dark, gothic kind of incensey rose perfume. And man, is it strong. I mean, it's 50% perfume, that's why it's the price that it is, but this is my number 1 incense perfume in the world ever. I wear this as much as I can, and I've only just got it recently, but I've had samples before, so I've worn it quite a few times before that. It's just really classy, expensive smelling, like I said, dry, dark. Imagine a really old cathedral with old wisps of incense from days gone by, and a rose that's just there and crumbling away like a black rose. It's absolutely stunning. I love it. So, that's my rundown of my top 5 favourite incense perfumes ever. If you're into that kind of smell, you know, that dark, heavy kind of perfume, check some of these out if you can. Okay? I'm out from Malle. Click my logo to subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon for another review. And happy Diwali! Diwali Mubarak! And I couldn't pronounce the other one. There was a few different ones. I couldn't pronounce them. But anyway, have a great New Year, anyone that's celebrating Diwali, and I'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye.